27 must-have layout and measuring tools for marking wood in 2022. I'm going to walk you through some of the best tools for marking wood. The basic tools are common across all trades, from carpenter to cabinet maker. The more specialist or desirable depending on your craft work. What are the different types of marking out tools and their uses? A mortise gauge is used to mark out the width of parallel lines along the grain. It has 2 pins. One adjusts for sizing against your chosen chisel. A traditional marking gauge is a precision tool used to mark out wood. The gauges can be set to any width, making it highly versatile for setting out a chamfer or rip cuts. Steel rule and straight edge. Rules may be straight edges, but straight edges can't be rules without an incremental scale. A wooden tri-square is used to try how square the project is or marking 90 degrees angles on boards. To try a piece of wood is to check if the edges and faces are straight, flat, and square to each other. An imperial tape measure is a space saver you can easily carry in a pocket. Lumber crayons. For cuts or identification, lumber crayons mark lines on the rough lumber. Mechanical pencil versus marking knife. A marking knife has a single slope and makes consistent width markings, while carpenter's pencils might not. Pencils are the most common tools used for carpentry. Woodworking angle tools. A sliding bevel is adjustable for setting and transferring angles. Combination squares. They can be purchased with other attachments to measure angles in various ways. A speed square is for setting out angles on rafters to form angles. Dividers can take and lay out detailed measurements or draw circles or arcs. A protractor is a tool that helps you to mark angles accurately. Trammel points work like scratch awls and can create different sized circles. What is the best way to mark holes in woodwork? There are a few different ways that you can mark holes in woodwork, depending on what the holes are for. A birdcage awl is used for creating holes in woodworking plans. A scratch awl is used to scribe a line across the timber so that a fine saw or chisel can be run properly. Automatic center punch. It is usually employed to mark a hole's center when drilling to prevent wandering. Luxury and specialist marking equipment. A stair gauge set is a great accessory for your framing square. This is employed in cutting stair treads and rises or rafters for hip, tail, and bird mouth cuts. A wheel marking gauge provides clean cuts through the grain and on end grain tenons. Digital calipers are for taking precise measurements of an object. So many uses. With the tail, you can get the depth of a screw hole or inside dimensions. Metalwork is a necessary evil for most woodworkers at some point. A carbide scriber is a basic device with a very sharp point. Brass setup blocks are ideal for machine work, setting your router bit or table saw blade height. A dovetail marker is a tool used for laying out dovetails. Advantages of good woodworking marking tools. Good tools for measuring are essential for sawing and chiseling. What are the different woodworking brands of measuring and marking tools? Joseph Marples. Their expertise as toolmakers with woodworking tools since the 1840s shows. Woodpeckers have a reputation for high-quality tools. Founded in 1988, it specializes in T-tracks, stops, and router accessories. What is the price range of woodworking measurement tools? The classic tools are simple and reliable, but they don't have a lot of bells and whistles. The newer tools are better, but they can be expensive. So, what's a good tool for marking wood? For the most part, we recommend investing in the highest quality tools you can afford. Find out more at whitlockwoodanddesigns.com.